Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new, make sure that you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another pick a card reading. This is the last one I'm going to be doing for 2021, and what we're reading today is what you're leaving behind. So you can even come across this reading in 2022, but basically it's a reading to get a glimpse of what you're truly leaving behind this year. What are you leaving behind in 2021? What I want you to do is pick a pile number or a charm. So we're going to have pile number 1 or the key, pile number 2 or the rose quartz wand, pile number 3 or the labradorite heart crystal. Whichever one is drawing you in is the one for you. And let's get into it. Pile number 1, or everybody that picked the key. Do you guys like my little tree? I wanted to introduce you to him. But I wanted to keep him here for the reading. The key. What are you leaving behind? You're leaving behind all the fears that were preventing you from unlocking all the doors that you truly needed to unlock in 2021. You're leaving those behind. Keys are going to be a lucky symbol for you next year. So keep an eye out. You might even see a lot of synchronicity in keys. You might inherit a key. Just keep an eye out for keys. It's very lucky for you next year, pile number 1. We have 4 cards here of what you're leaving behind. And the first one being non-action. Very interesting card here, okay? So now's the time to be still and not to act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power and let others come to you. What does this plant do? It just blooms. Right? That's all it can do. It will just bloom. And others will come to it to admire its beauty, but it will not budge and move from its roots. All it's going to do is bloom. Right? So next year, I feel like a lot of you are just leaving behind this energy of walking around, like running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Just frantic, chaotic, anxious, frustrated, stressed, worried. A lot of you also, I see this, surrendering unhealthy relationships. A lot of you, maybe there was relationships in your life that were really, really draining you. And by the end of 2021, even early on into 2022, I see a lot of you releasing these unhealthy relationships, letting go of these, because it's not an even energy exchange, and you see it and you know it. It might have just taken a little bit of time for you to come forth and take action on it. You know, how long are you going to let your energy be drained? And also, look, a lot of your energy was going into this, like, trying to make all your relationships work. Next year is different. You kind of just lay back like this plant, and you're like, you're going to come to me. And a lot of your focus is coming back to you, who you are, where your power lies. And a lot of these energies and relationships that were just kind of sucking you dry, and not watering who you are. Those are definitely energies that you're leaving behind in 2021. So I'm very excited for you, pile number 1. And it's such a key to the success of your year. And I see why you picked the key. You're opening all the doors that need to be opened. You're opening your heart chakra too, your heart door, right? Then the next card we have here is visions. So psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing, and out-of-body travel. And then we have the last card right here that is Imrama. And this is Wonder Voyage, Crossing Deep Waters, Pilgrimage, and Journey of the Soul. I see a lot of you traveling a lot next year, and it's very much like just feeding your soul. A lot of you might be even just traveling like just few hours out of town. Lots of travel though next year for you. And what it does, it just helps your spirit. It feeds your spirit. It grounds you. A lot of you are just going to be focusing a lot on your spirituality next year. And it's something that you maybe were afraid to do, or maybe didn't have the time to do because your energy was going somewhere else in 2021. But 2022 is different for you. I see you guys traveling and flourishing and releasing things that were just draining your energy. I'm very, very excited for you, pile number 1. You're heading into this new year releasing this desperation energy. Like, you know, oh my God, this has to be done. Oh my God, did I get this done? Is this okay? Is the stove off? Is the door locked? this franticness that I pick up from a lot of you, I feel like you're letting a lot of that go. You're going to let yourself relax next year, and you're releasing a lot of that tension in your body that you had. Very tense energy, almost like a fight or flight type of an energy in your body that you held on to for so long in 2021. You're releasing that, and I find that it's going to be opening so many of your roads. Like even literally, you're going to be traveling on roads. And I'm very excited for you, pile number one. So that concludes what you are going to be releasing and letting go. And I'm very excited for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye. Pile number two, or everybody that picked this rose quartz wand. Interesting choice. Let's go ahead and see why you were so drawn to it. First, let's talk about the rose quartz wand. So rose quartz is the crystal of unconditional love and healing your heart chakra, healing wounds and traumas that happen in your heart, grudges, resentments, just really healing all of that. And I feel like next year is a very lightweight year for you, where you don't feel as heavy in your chest as you did in 2021. You're leaving that behind. And that's the first thing that I get from this rose quartz and why you were so drawn to it. So let's go ahead and see what cards came up for you. I picked 4 cards here. And the first one that comes up is surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So take a relaxing break and spend some time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. So rose quartz is such a Venus energy crystal. And Venus is so much about the natural world and the beauty of the natural world. Beauty of skin, glamour, hair, nails, love, lust, passion, wealth, luxury. All of these things, Venus rules it. And rose quartz is so heavily corresponding with Venus energy. It's all so connected, and I feel like you're going to be connecting with that energy a lot next year. You're going to spend a lot of time in nature next year. You're releasing this like staying in the 4 walls type of an energy. I see for a lot of you, like just you don't like it, you hate it, you want to see trees, you want to see nature, you want to see water. And I feel like a lot of you are going to be getting out there, and it's going to be very healing for you next year. And you're just releasing that, whatever the hell it was that was making you not go out there and experience nature. Because I feel like a lot of you, it's such a passion of yours. You picked the rose quartz crystal. You are so connected to natural beauty. It's so innate in you. It's in your DNA. Like you cannot run from it. The next card that we have here is surrender procrastination. Yes. I feel like you procrastinated giving yourself the experience of experiencing beauty in your life and in the environment around you and in the world around you. You don't let yourself experience it, and you're releasing that and you're leaving it behind in 2021. So next year it's a fresh new start where, you're experiencing beauty is going to come first. You're not going to procrastinate that. Because you did it all year and it didn't help. You saw what it did to you, and it's just, you see it doesn't work like that. And it's time for you to give yourself that, craving that you've had of nature. And you will next year. A lot of you, I see so many of you spending so much time in nature. Lakes, forests, oceans, seas, parks, gardening, planting, cooking with natural. I see a lot of you just connecting with natural things and nature in all types of ways in your life. And it's something that I feel like a lot of you are holding yourself back from, but something kind of pushes you into it next year, full force, and you're gonna love it. The next card that comes up for you is homeland. So arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building, and settled. So a lot of you were missing something in your life in 2021. You were missing something. And what was it? It was nature. It was outdoorsness. It was like camping, hiking, walking, running, like everything that you could do outside. You missed it. I feel like that was where you felt like you were home, when you were in some form of nature. And you get that back next year, and you release this, whatever it was that was preventing you from doing that. You release that. A lot of you maybe were like, I'll do it when I make more money. I will go to the park when I feel more rested. I'll go to the park when it's not raining. I will take a walk when I'm not feeling so depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, but next year it's different. You don't procrastinate on any of that. And I'm really happy for you. A lot of you I also see traveling back to your homeland, your roots. You know, going back to where you grew up, either like visiting or like exploring, or you go back for whatever reason. But I see you going back and exploring your roots and your home. And it's very healing for you. And it's something you procrastinated on for a long time. And for a lot of you, I really see that your roots are like this very natural place with lots of land. For a lot of you, you come from islands. For a lot of you, you come from, you know, land that doesn't have as much buildings and stuff like that. So you get to go back and see that next year. I'm really happy for you because I feel like a lot of you, that's what you needed. Now, if you see this woman here, she's pointing directly at the rose quartz and the flame. So your heart is opening wide up next year. I see a lot of you releasing any tension, any procrastination that you had built up against love. Anything that was making you like hesitate towards love, you are leaving that behind in 2021. So I wanted to say that too. And the last card that comes up is keep going, endurance. So pile number 2, you guys have a spirit of a lion. Like, you will keep going and going. And next year you get to see it pay off. So do not stop, because look where they're going and going, right? And then they're going right into her, and she's pointing right into the flame. Just keep going, you guys. This is such a beautiful message, and you guys are going to be thriving next year. So I'm very happy for you. Work with rose quartz next year, especially. Keep it with you, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye. Pile number 3, or everybody that picked the labradorite heart crystal. Let's get into the crystal first. So if you've been following me on my channel for a while, you know this is my most favorite and most treasured, most adored crystal. I love this crystal so much. It's created so much change in my life, and I keep this crystal everywhere, and I wear it every day. It's a crystal of magic. It's the crystal of synchronicity. It's the crystal of tapping into past memories, and it's very magical. It's the crystal of spontaneous energy, so it puts you in the right place at the right time to manifest. And I've just noticed that every time I work with this crystal, it does exactly that. I love this crystal, and it's just very lucky. So the fact that you guys are drawn to this, I feel like there's a lot of luck coming into your life next year. And as I say that, the ice cream man is driving past my house. Do you hear that? Funny. I feel like a lot of you, look, nothing in my readings is a coincidence, because I feel like when we read, we are opening up channel. And so there's a reason that music played, and for me, I really get that a lot of you are just bringing out that childlike self of your spirit, and that's the whole energy of the labradorite, is fun, just bringing fun back into your life. Let's get into your reading. A lot of you are releasing and letting go of fear of intimacy, and that was blocking a lot of you just being vulnerable and allowing yourself to experience so many things. You're ready to let love in next year. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart, and that's exactly what you did all year in 2021. And next year you get to see the fruits of your labor. So many of you had a fear of intimacy, and that means intimate conversations with anyone, or intimacy with your partner, or even intimate conversation with your partner. Like, there was this fear of intimacy and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, allowing yourself to show your weaknesses, and opening your heart. And you literally picked the heart, which tells me literally, yes, the universe, everything, every spirit is confirming you are ready to let love in. Exactly. So I'm very excited for you. Next year is going to be a very good year in love for you, because you released and you leave behind so many of these fears and toxic beliefs around intimacy. We have surrender worry. Do you guys hear the fire truck? That, to me, the first thought that I hear in my head when I hear that is panic. So when it comes to love, I feel like all 2021 and even all before that, there was just panic when it came to love in your heart. But I don't see that for you anymore next year. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart. And have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. Next year is going to be very spiritual for you. A lot of you, there's so much release of this heavy energy surrounding your heart. Your heart chakra is open next year. You're ready to let love in. Whether you're in a relationship or you're not, even if you're single, I see a lot of you, just because you release this fear of intimacy, you open up the channels for new love to come in. You're ready for it, and it's going to come fast. And if you're in a relationship and it might have been a little dull for a little bit, it was because of this fear of intimacy you had that made you go into a state of panic sometimes. But I see you leaving that behind as well. Now, the next two cards that came up are Water Flight and Atlantis. Atlantis is one of my favorite cards from this deck, and let's get into it. So, Water Flight, heaviness lifting, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. If you see her, what does it feel like when you're on a swing? If you guys have ever been on a swing, what does it feel like? It's the best feeling in the world, right? You're just swinging in the air, your hair flying. It just feels so good. It's like your inner child just comes out to play. And you feel so light. It just feels nice. You feel so light, right? That's how you're going to feel next year. I want you to imagine the feeling of being on a swing. That's a lot of how you're going to feel next year. Breezing through the year. Weightlessness. You know, and when your weightlessness like that, when your energy is like that, your channels open a lot faster and quicker and easier and bigger. So whatever you think about will manifest pretty quickly next year. Also because you tap into the highest power of all, which is love. And then we have Atlantis, exactly. The highest point. Rapid development, excellence, and success. And for you guys, I see all types of success when it comes to your heart. You are releasing everything that took your heart, that took happiness away from your heart. You're releasing it. Next year, you get to feed your heart. You feed your heart everything it needs, everything it wants, everything it craved. And I'm so excited for you. Because the only biggest thing I feel like that was blocking you was fear and worry and panic. But next year is different. And that's only because you experienced 2021 in the exact ways that you did. That 2022 is going to be this way for you. This excellence. So keep that in mind. Don't forget that. And work with labradorite crystals. I think I may have some chips on my shop, and I also, a lot of my oils have labradorite crystals in them that are worked on my altar. So if you're interested, head over to my shop. I'll leave the link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you very, very soon.